My name is Michele Ryan. I'm a resident of Santa Clara and a voter. I'm a public high school teacher, and I am also the chair of Santa Clara Plays Fair. I am pleased that the City Council is now considering a binding vote of the people on this issue. It is a position which I have advocated for the last 7 months. I think of the vote of the people as particularly important after hearing the analogy last week that Santa Clara and the 49ers are now engaged. In my experience, the interested parties are not always at their most logical and rational when caught up in the romance of an engagement. They brush aside hints of trouble and ignore the warning signs of deep incompatibility. That part of the analogy certainly holds true in this case. I've seen many subsidy proponents come before you, painting a rosy picture of a harmonious future. And I've seen very little concern with the experience of other cities and other teams. Again, no surprise. The divorce rate in this country is about 50%, and I'm not sure many of those couples thought they'd be yet another statistic. With the kind permission of the Seattle Times, the article I've submitted for the record outlines the Seattle Sonics' acknowledgement that sports teams don't contribute to the local economy. Of course, they made this admission in a court brief filed to help them break up with their current city so they could leave it for a younger, fresher city, Oklahoma City. And I think this part of the article is key, and here I'm quoting from the article. This is from the Sonics, what they said. The financial issue is simple, and the city's analysts agree there will be no net economic loss if the Sonics leave Seattle. Entertainment dollars not spent on the Sonics will be spent on Seattle's many other sports and entertainment options. Seattleites will not reduce their entertainment budget simply because the Sonics leave, they said in their court brief. Those sentiments belie what Sonics boosters and sports teams in general have argued when asking for taxpayer help to build a new arena. Teams and their supporters generally portray professional sports as a boon, bringing a city millions in revenue, hundreds of jobs, and immeasurable civic pride. Rodney Fort, a professor of sports management at the University of Michigan, who has criticized the economic impact claims made by pro sports teams, called the Sonics' latest argument the best chuckle he's had in a long time. It would seem that the value of the Sonics is a contingent value, contingent on the purposes of the Sonics ownership, Fort said in an email. On the one hand, when the Sonics are trying to get the public to pitch in on a new arena, they are worth tens of millions to the Seattle area. On the other hand, when they are trying to beat their key arena lease, they are worth nothing to the Seattle area. But if we wanted to continue the analogy, the city is trying to violate our terms of its prenup with its first spouse, Great America, while the in-law with the purse strings, the NFL, is trying to keep the 49ers in San Francisco together. But I trust the voters of Santa Clara are wise enough to keep the city from becoming Britney Spears.
Anyone else?